on those 6.
Let's get it. Good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on inside to a fresh episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake.
Good
What's
morning.
up, Rachel, my beautiful co-host?
What's up?
How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, chilling and vibing this beautiful hump day morning here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm joined by my beautiful co-host, Rachel. I'm co-host Processor Sky, and we are the Weekday Wake and Bake, going live every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific. On what channels?
We go live on Facebook.
The Rolling Spoon channels.
Oh yeah, we can't say all of them because it might shadow ban a little bit, right?
So one streaming platform shadow bans the other streaming platform when you mention their name. So we can't even mention the names of the streaming platforms, but the Rolling Spoon channels on all of the streaming platforms. The Weekday Wake and Bake goes live 10 a.m. Pacific every weekday morning. Absolutely love session up with the Roll Gangsters. We have a jam-packed episode of some news to go over with you. What do we like to go over on Wednesdays?
We now like to go over sports. So today is
Yes, indeed.
It's Sports Day, and we have some new information to share. Some of the
Latest and greatest
news
in
about
sports news. Fucking so excited to get on into it. But before we do, let's get the show going officially. This is another episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. We are live this Wednesday morning for another episode of the Stony Sports Report. Your sports with Sam and Rach, your favorite stoned anchor people. And we like to give a shout out to all the Roll Gangsters tuning in on all the streaming platforms. You guys are all the shit. We are so blessed to have a woke. So we are blessed to have a smoke together and start off our day strong. Super fucking humbled to be brought to you by two amazing sponsors of every episode of the show. Who are those, Rach?
Shout out to WWnB University, the first ever cannabis college, a wonderful place where you can go and get all of your cannabis education. And especially with 420 coming up, you just want to learn more about the plant, you want to learn more about the history, go over to WWnB University. You can do it online too, so no matter where you are, you can participate in a wonderful university. Go ahead and use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off of that tuition.
WWnB University, the first ever cannabis college to boost your cannabis knowledge.
Exactly.
And
the handy dandy cannabis multi-tool, the Rolling Spoon, helps you seal the deal, roll a dime every time, just like what Sam over here, or Processor, is about to do right over here.
oh yeah, I'm going to use my handy dandy Rolling Spoon cannabis multi-tool to help me scoop the herb from my grinder to my joint paper. We're deciding to roll a joint of this fresh Oreos on the show, so really fucking excited to smoke up this joint and get on into the latest and greatest in sporting news, brought to you by WWnB University and the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool. But before we get on into the sporting news, we wanted to ask all the Roll Gangsters tuning in. We would love to read off your comments. What is your highlight of the week? So if this week was a sporting event for you this past week, what would be the highlight reel play for you for the week? Would absolutely love to hear your highlight reel of the day. Share it with the Roll Gangsters. And super proud of you for all of the highlights, because we know you guys are all highlights in our lives. And we would love to highlight your highlights on the show. So without further ado, let's get on into the first story here on this Stony Sports Report Wednesday with your sports anchors, Sam and Rach.
So, we're starting out with the NBA.
Oh yeah, the National Basketball Association.
National, what were you about to say?
I don't know. I think I said what I was about to say. I might have.
Yeah, you did.
I misspoke, but.
Yeah. So we've got the NBA. We've got the Sacramento Kings lead the defending NBA champions, the Golden State Warriors, 2-0 in their batter. 2-0 for their Battle of North Cal.
Yeah, so honestly, it really is a massive story. You guys probably know that I am a die-hard Sacramento Kings fan. I lived in Sac for 3 years, went to a ton of Kings games when they sucked, because honestly, they've sucked for the past couple of decades. And now, so Sacramento is only an hour and change from the Bay Area. Two of the biggest cities in California as a whole are only an hour apart. Up in northern half of California, Sacramento and the Bay Area are currently at basketball war. And the Warriors, the defending NBA champions, are down 2-0 to the Sacramento Kings, who haven't made the playoffs in 17 years.
That's a long time for them not be able to make playoffs. But, I mean, we've been watching quite a few of their games this season, and they're looking really good.
They're fucking good. They're balling.
Definitely balling. So
their best player, one of their best players, De'Aaron Fox, is my fucking twin. Born 10 days after me. I'm December 10th, 1997. He's December 20th, 1997. Great. And he literally runs the Kings. Isn't that humbling as shit? It is very humbling. Yeah. I'm getting old. But shout out De'Aaron Fox, the homie Domantas Sabonis, the animal himself. Honestly, this past game, if you guys are familiar with the NBA, Draymond Green is one of the most popular players in the league. One of the best defensive players in the NBA. Draymond Green plays for the Warriors. And he is suspended from Game 3.
For what he did.
Yeah, for deliberately stomping on Domantas Sabonis' chest.
And the thing is if you watch the replay, there's no way to deny the fact that he did it. Like, it's clear as day. I don't know how I guess I understand frustration during sports because I know we both experienced that. But not enough
competitiveness.
I'm gonna stomp all over somebody.
On someone's chest.
Like, that's a big deal.
Draymond Green is fucking 6'6", 6'9", all pushing 300 pounds. Like, professional athlete stomping on another professional athlete's chest. He should be suspended for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But
I think that should be without batting an eye.
Yeah.
They should be.
Only a 1-game suspension, though, for Draymond Green. Domantas Sabonis, questionable for the next game with a big-ass sternum bruise.
Wouldn't that technically be assault?
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, like, how can he just be suspended for 1 game?
I know. Sports come with a ton of loopholes. Like, if you perform, assault whenever you sign a dotted line.
Because, if you're in the UFC, they're basically assaulting each other.
You get paid to
sign up for that, yeah.
Yeah. There's like a line you have to sign. Like, if you get injured, it's not our fault. It's not, it's part of the game.
But still, it's just, I remember watching it back and it gave me chills all over my body seeing it. It was just
ruthless.
Yeah, so ruthless.
Absolutely ruthless. Fuck Draymond Green. Fuck the Golden State Warriors. They're going down. 2 games down for the Kings. 2 games to go. And if the Warriors want to come back, they're going to have to take basically the next 4 in a row. So, let's fucking...
I think this next game is very important.
Yeah. They stomp the Kings in real life. We stomp their playoff hopes out. Stomp out their season. Let's go, Kings. Light the fucking beam. Absolutely love this playoff run for the Sacramento Kings. Historic. The most points in Sacramento Kings playoff history since the 60s. De'Aaron Fox.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely crushing.
Hell yeah.
Good shit. What's the next piece of sporting news here on this SSR Sporting News Stony Sports Report with Sam and Rach?
So, the NFL draft is going to be from 1 week from tomorrow. And
8 days away, baby.
yeah, we know we definitely love it in this house. Last year it was here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Not this year, right?
This year in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah. I just remember it was popping and crazy last year.
Oh, yeah. Popping and crazy.
But the draft is set for a week from tomorrow, and these are some of Sam's favorite prospects.
I brought, we'll probably do a couple more next week. Next week, Stoney's Sports Report will be the day before the draft. Mm-hmm. So I figure we do a little bit of a mock draft next week. But there are some freaks in this year's draft that I wanted to shout out. 2 of them in today's episode.
So we have Darnell Wright. This is for
Darnell Wright.
This is for the prospect of the Tennessee Tag.
He went to Tennessee. He's a prospect coming out of the Tennessee Volunteers. An offensive line prospect. So it's his job to protect his quarterback and open running lanes for the running back. Darnell Wright is 21 years old. 3 years younger than you, 4 years younger than me.
That makes me hate myself.
I know. He's 6'6", 335 pounds.
So he's just a straight up beast.
Yeah. And an athlete. Is that fucking insane or what? 21 years old, 6'6", 335 pounds. What an absolute freak of Mother Nature. That dude is going to be a really fucking good NFL tackle. How are you supposed to get past him? He doesn't even have to move. Like, he's stuck in the ground, this mammoth behemoth of a human being. How are you supposed to run around him?
You can't.
He needs a zip code.
Yeah.
Darnell Wright, my favorite offensive line prospect in the draft. And also, another Tennessee Volunteer. That's weird. I shouldn't have done that. But 2 Tennessee Volunteers. The quarterback that he was protecting.
Hendon
Hooker. My favorite pick for the Las Vegas Raiders to pick. Hendon Hooker threw 57 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions in the past 2 seasons. An absolute baller Darnell Wright was protecting. I actually really like the prospect of him becoming the Las Vegas Raiders' new franchise quarterback because I think a Las Vegas Hooker jersey would be fucking iconic.
I mean, it would be, for sure, having a jersey with Hooker on the back. And
a Las Vegas jersey with Hooker on the back. Yeah.
But I mean...
And he's really good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just feel like he'll end up where he's supposed to be. It's just such a crazy process for them. I can't even imagine what they're feeling and everything. So much uncertainty and...
about where they're going to live.
Yeah.
Like, they have no idea where they're going to live next year. And none of these prospects have any clue where they're going to live.
That is crazy.
It's wild. And then on draft night, boom, there's your city.
But it's kind of like that for other jobs, too, I guess. Like flight attendants, I know they have that. People in the...
Kind of.
People in the military.
They don't live anywhere full time, though, Yeah,
like I'm just saying there's some people that don't know. But this is just different. I mean, it's...
Like, NFL. You move your family to wherever you get drafted to. Yeah. You buy a house, you get some property, you get your teammates, your friends in a whole new city that you never knew about. Or you knew about.
So exciting.
Yeah, super exciting. The NFL Draft, one of my absolute favorite sporting events, 1 week from tomorrow. We have one more Stony Sports Report story for you guys, but before we get on in, major shout out to
Oaksterdam University and the Rolling Spoon. Don't forget to use promo code Rolling Spoon, one word, for 10% off your tuition. Kind of like a tuition scholarship.
Yeah, your Rolling Spoon scholarship.
Rolling Spoon scholarship. Send them,
Oaksterdam.
we sent ya.
Damn straight. Tell them we sent you over at the first ever cannabis college to boost your cannabis knowledge. What's the final piece of cannabis news? Last but certainly not least. Holy shit, is this one exciting.
All right, this one is the UFC announces the Ultimate Fighter 31. So season 31?
Season 31 of The Ultimate Fighter.
Starts May 30th with Iron Mike Chandler and Conor McGregor as coaches.
Let's fucking go! The return of Conor.
That is crazy. Good for him.
The notorious Conor McGregor
I
making
feel like
his return.
everyone almost knows who he is.
Oh my god. Global superstar.
Yeah, even before I really understood the UFC or knew that much about it, I knew his name.
Oh yeah.
He's
Conor
been out-
McGregor. Shout out, no free shout out, Proper 12, Irish whiskey.
How long has he been out now?
I went to his last fight.
Yeah,
It's been a fucking year and a half. He's been recovering. So basically in his last fight against Dustin Poirier, he threw a punch or threw a kick and then went to step back and his fucking whole leg just collapsed. He had a compound fracture in his ankle. His whole leg bent in half right in the middle of his ankle. And it was fucking scary to see in person, but one of the best personalities in sports, making his highly anticipated return to the UFC. So how the Ultimate Fighter works is each coach, Iron Mike Chandler is fucking awesome too. Like, he was on my favorite podcast, Bussin' with the Boys, like 4 times. Great friends with former Titan Taylor
You know
Lewan.
that, like, everybody that's coming into the Ultimate Fighter is going to want Conor as a coach, probably.
Yeah, Conor. But honestly, Iron Mike Chandler, Nashville guy, one of the crowd favorites. He's not as well known as Conor, but like he wins fights and does backflips. Like, he came into the UFC, got a knockout in the first round, and did a backflip off the top of the cage. Like, he's one of the most badass fighters in the world. Iron Mike Chandler. So they draft teams of fighters. And these teams of fighters sleep and live in one house until one Ultimate Fighter is crowned.
Do they ever, like, fight in the house? Like, they just get pissed off at each
Oh,
other?
yeah.
Because that's a lot of testosterone, a lot of
Infinite.
ego in that type of house.
Can you imagine? It's literally just a bunch of fighters. And so basically they all fight each other, tournament style, and the winner gets a contract with the UFC.
Huge.
And they all, during the course of the show, they get coached by the season's coaches, Iron Mike Chandler and Conor McGregor. And perhaps the best part of this piece of news, at the end of the season, whenever the championship fights take place, the Ultimate Fighter Championship fights, to determine which fighters get the contracts, Conor and Mike will be fighting each other. The two coaches will be that's the return. In late June 2023, the return of the notorious Conor McGregor into the octagon. How exciting.
That's really exciting. I'm just thinking in my head all the work it took him to heal properly. I'm just like, oh, I hope he's okay.
It's going to have been 2 years by the time they fight. It's going to have been 2-year recovery.
He's practicing and everything and training.
Kind of.
But at the same time, it's just like...
How can you do cardio with one leg?
He must have, like, that's so much pressure to put on him.
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
Just in general, but... Wow.
I personally think Iron Mike Chandler going to knock his ass out, but... either way, I am so excited for this season of The Ultimate Fighter and the fight that will follow, I guess.
Follow, yeah.
Yeah. The fight between Iron Mike Chandler and Conor McGregor to follow. Season 31 of The Ultimate Fighter. An awesome episode of Stoney Sports Report.
Yeah, I love sharing this sport.
I love sports too. Brings a little bit of extra passion out of your favorite stoned anchor people, Rachel and Processor Sky. We will be back with another great epic news story tomorrow. Tomorrow is fucking 4/20. And we've got cannabis news Thursday, but we're gonna find some crazy shit to smoke. We're gonna ball out on tomorrow's 420 special episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Our second time doing a 420 special together, but yeah, super excited for it. Love you to all the Roll Gangsters. Love you to Rachel, the Rolling Spoon, and Oaksterdam University.
Signing off.
Mwah. Have a great hump day, Roll Gang.
Have a great day.